Hey YouTube, welcome to the Pew Review. Today on the Pew Review, we're going to be answering some of the internet's questions on suppressors, also known as silencers. We'll have some odd questions. Remember, don't try these things at home. These can be dangerous. So first question we're going to answer. Will a 30 cal suppressor silence a 9mm? Well, I don't have to do that test to tell you the answer is no. In fact, we're not going to do that test. I do not want to damage my $1,000 titanium suppressor. These are 7.62mm, meaning a 9mm is too large. Whatever is smaller than 7.62 should go through this suppressor, but consult your manufacturer, find out what your suppressor is rated for. This specific YHM model is rated for 300 Win Mag. It's also rated for things common like 308, 300 Blackout, a 30-30, you name it. Most 30 cal rifles will shoot through this suppressor just fine. It can also work for 223. I actually use it for 223 quite a bit, and that's kind of my most common to shoot suppressed. It's a lot of fun, especially this titanium being light. I do also have the stainless steel version of the same suppressor on my SBR. Quick detach. This one is a lot heavier, but other than that, it is about the same thing. Decibel level is going to be the same. This one slides inside my YHM handguard, kind of gives it a nice sleek look. That is a kind of a makeshift honey badger I made years ago, so one of my favorite playing with. I need to put a optic back on it if we're going to play with it today though. I took it off for another rifle. So we'll have some other parts of this video with some more questions, more answers. We'll also have you guys put questions down in the comments. We'll try to answer those on another video. Just kind of having some fun with this one today, so stay tuned.
Are silencers really like in the movies? Are they that quiet?
The answer to that is no, they're not that quiet. Now, if you're shooting subsonic ammunition and you're shooting something like a 22 long rifle with a suppressor, they are pretty Hollywood quiet. But when you're talking a larger caliber or something like a 223 AR, like this Demolition Ranch F1, they are not that quiet. Ammunition for a 223 is supersonic, and that sonic crack is where a lot of the noise comes from these rifles. So it's not going to be Hollywood quiet. They definitely don't make the sounds they make in Hollywood. It's really hard, honestly, to show how a suppressor sounds over a video, especially from something like a GoPro or a phone. But we'll do some videos. We're going to show some sound differences from different calibers, different style rifles, and stay tuned. We'll get some of those answered. So our test host gun today is going to be this carbon fiber Bergara BXR. It is a 22 long rifle. It takes 10-22 mags. It is a 10-22 style action. Very light. It's a pretty cool gun. Carbon fiber barrel, carbon fiber stock. We're going to be shooting at first some Aguila 22, and it is the copper plated 38 grain. This is going to be supersonic ammunition, so we're going to be shooting supersonic unsuppressed for the first test. We will then shoot some supersonic suppressed, and then we will shoot subsonic unsuppressed and subsonic suppressed. So let's put a couple rounds. I'm going to put a few rounds on the target, and then I'm going to put some off of the target so that you can hear what it sounds like not hitting the steel. So Colton, do you have it pointed towards the target?
Okay.
All right, so that's what it sounds like. Supersonic, unsuppressed. Let's put a suppressor on it and try it again. Stop video. Loading up these Aguilas right now. These are going to be supersonic with the suppressor. Stand by. All right, so we are going to be shooting the SWR Spectre 2. This is a stainless steel rimfire suppressor. It is actually rated for 5.7 as well. It's full auto rated for 22. I wish I had a full auto because then we would be testing that out. But we're going to be testing how much quieter it is. Again, this is the supersonic ammunition going through a suppressor on the Bergara carbon fiber BXR. So, a few on target here. I guess I need to load one up first, huh? So very quiet. The steel is obviously most of the sound you're hearing. So it's pretty quiet. It's about to get quieter. Let's try some subsonic ammunition. All right, we took the suppressor back off, and now we are shooting subsonic ammunition unsuppressed. I didn't have my Aguila ammunition. I was going to try to keep everything about the same, but this is Remington subsonic. It'll be a pretty good comparison still. So the only thing that changed is the ammunition. Same gun, no suppressor. Let's see what we got. That was subsonic, unsuppressed. Put the suppressor back on, try again. All right, we've got the Remington subsonic 40 grain ammunition loaded up. The SWR Spectre 2 back on the Bergara BXR. See what it sounds like. I'll put a few on the target and a few in the dirt so you can hear the difference. Definitely a lot quieter. So the subsonic ammunition mixed with a suppressor, now that combination will get you pretty close to Hollywood quiet. It's not going to be something that you would be able to shoot indoors and someone not here, so don't believe Hollywood on that. But it is pretty quiet. This is safe to shoot without hearing protection. We're obviously just wearing our hearing protection as safety. You know, got to keep YouTube happy. We have our eyes, our ears. Kolton has his eyes and ears. Anytime you're at the range, always make sure you've got hearing protection and eye protection. So you'll only have one vision and only have one hearing for the rest of your life. You got to protect them.
I am wearing my ATN hearing protection and my Walker eyes.
I've got the Walker's Extreme Razor, the soft gel foam electronic hearing protection, and I have Wiley X's with Hunter's Gold HD lenses. I just got these, gonna be testing them out. They are pretty cool. They're transitional, so as the sun gets brighter, the lenses get darker. Pretty cool. Don't have to change glasses, your lenses change themselves.
This is the quietest ammunition we have.
So we have the Aguila 38 that we have been shooting. That is a 22 long rifle, 38 grains. Now we're going to be shooting the Sniper Subsonic. Now this is actually a 60 grain projectile, and it is actually in a 22 short rifle case, but is a 22 long rifle length. So these are technically for bolt action rifles. I will be shooting them through my semi-auto. Now with that being said, they are not meant for semi-autos, so it probably, and most of the time, it will not cycle because it doesn't have quite enough action to eject this case and pick up the next round. So we'll give it a try. Sometimes it does cycle, most of the time it doesn't. That is why this is for bolt action rifles. But again, we're just going to show you how quiet this is, because that is a 22 long rifle length with a 22 short case. Pretty cool round right there. All right, we've got the Aguila Sniper Subsonic 60 grain 22s. Going to be shooting it unsuppressed. Again, it may not run this semi-auto. I might have to rack it every time, but just gonna show you how quiet it is. It actually did run it cycled every round, so that's kind of cool. We'll try it again suppressed and see if we get the same results. Also see if it's a lot quieter. That was pretty quiet though on its own, even without the suppressor. So let's try it up. All right, we have that Aguila Sniper Subsonic 60 grain back with the SWR suppressor. It ran it unsuppressed, cycled every time. Let's see if it does the same here and see how quiet it is. That's pretty quiet. It doesn't get much quieter than that. And it actually did cycle every time. So this is a lot of fun with this ammunition, with this suppressor. Great combination. So I would definitely recommend that. Again, technically it's for bolt action rifles. It did run every time on this rifle. That doesn't mean it will on yours. So you have to understand it is for bolt action rifles. It may not cycle because it is going so slow, but it worked for me. Good results, very quiet, a lot of fun to shoot. Thanks guys.
This one is really short, so this one's gotta be loud.
All right guys, I have my SBR here. Remember, all NFA rules apply. Follow your NFA laws. This is a registered SBR that I have gone through the paperwork and process with the ATF. This is a legal SBR. So I actually have an 8-inch barrel. My handguard is longer than the barrel so that my suppressor slides down inside of it. I'm going to be shooting it unsuppressed, and I'm going to be shooting it with supersonic ammunition. This is Remington Supersonic 115 grain 300 blackout. See what it sounds like, guys. Alright guys, same ammunition, 115 grain supersonic Remington. This is it, the YHM Phantom stainless steel version. So supersonic ammunition, suppressed. A lot quieter for sure. And that's supersonic ammunition. So let's put some subsonics in, take the suppressor off, try again. Alright, back to my SBR. Subsonic ammunition, no suppressor. This is the Remington 220 grain. See what it sounds like here. All right, unsuppressed, still kind of loud. Let's try it out. All right, guys, got the SBR, got the YHM Phantom stainless back on there. This is where 300 blackout is supposed to shine. We are an 8-inch barrel, suppressed, subsonic ammunition, 220 grain. Let's try it out here. Up on the woods. Pretty quiet. All right, this is my SBR. This was built back before you could buy a honey badger from a manufacturer like Q. I built this when I saw pictures and videos of the Remington version, the AAC honey badger. So I put a collapsible stock that is very close to what the honey badger is supposed to have. I built it about the same length they're supposed to be, and I wanted the hand guard that would allow my suppressor to slide inside of it. I've got an aim point on here. So this gun suppressed was a lot of fun to shoot. It's very quiet. Again, this is really what the 300 blackout is designed for. So you could really tell a big difference going from supersonic to subsonic, and you could tell a huge difference going from subsonic unsuppressed to subsonic suppressed. So kind of a cool test. Colton, what do you think? Come over here and tell us what you think about how loud it was.
At the end, it got super quiet.
Yeah, that suppressor really does a lot with that subsonic ammunition, doesn't it? All right, cool test. Good question, dude.
Earlier, you said this was 5.7 rated. Does that mean it could fit on the PS90?
Unfortunately, Colton, no. This suppressor is rated for 5.7, and although it would be rated to be able to use semi-automatic on a 5.7 round like what the PS90 shoots, it actually has no way to attach to it because the PS90 is made with a shroud that goes to make it the 16-inch version to make it civilian legal, and it has nowhere to attach. It's not threaded. In order to make this work for a suppressor, you would have to SBR this and have a barrel like what CMMG makes for it that allows you to put a suppressor on the end of it. And since I haven't SBR'd this and may not SBR this one, it's unfortunately not one I can shoot suppressed. However, we do have a treat for you because I do have something that's 5.7 that we can suppress, so we'll get it out next. All right, we have the FN 5.7. This is the actual original FN 5.7. This one is in the FDE. I really like the OD green. I always wanted an OD green one to match my PS90, but we have the FDE version. This has the EFK threaded barrel added to it. That will allow us to put the suppressor on it. And since this suppressor is 5.7 rated, it will go right on there. We'll give it a try. This suppressor is not rated for anything like 223 or anything like that, but it is rated for the 5.7. That's about the hottest round you could run through it. So we'll give it a try. Let's try it out. All right, I don't have any subsonic ammunition for this gun. That would almost defeat the purpose of what this gun is really built for. So what I have is I'm going to be shooting it unsuppressed, and then we'll shoot it suppressed. So simple two tests, a couple things here. So I'll shoot a couple on the target, just like we did earlier, a couple off the target, show you the sound difference here. Like that ammunition, I had to rack it every time. Maybe it's a little dry. This thing's been sitting in the safe for a few years. names, to be honest. But this is the Federal American Eagle ammunition. It is not the factory FN ammunition. I do have some of that. Might have to try it out if this doesn't cycle it. But let's see how it does with the suppressor on it. I did have to run that manually. Hopefully when it's suppressed, it makes up a little difference, gives a little more gas, maybe, possibly it'll cycle. Let's see. All right, we've got the FN57 here, got the American Eagle ammunition loaded up. This time we'll be shooting it suppressed with the SWR Spectre and see how it does. Clearly it cycles better suppressed. I think that this barrel almost needs this extra gas, really, the extra suppressor on it in order to cycle. This gun ran flawlessly with the factory barrel. I switched this barrel on there to be able to run it suppressed, and obviously it did not like that with this ammunition, with that barrel unsuppressed, but it ran fine suppressed. Pretty quiet, definitely not as quiet as a 22. These rounds are very fast. I don't remember the velocity on these, but all right guys, we're back with the FN57 with the SWR Spectre 2 stainless steel suppressor. We're going to be shooting the same American Eagle supersonic ammunition. This is about 1,600 feet per second ammunition. And let's see what it does suppress, see if it cycles better, see if it sounds good. Had one failure to feed. Cycled the rest just fine. It's pretty quiet for what it is for a 5.7, but obviously not going to be as quiet as a 22 as it is, again, ammunition traveling over 1,600 feet per second. But it is a lot of fun to shoot. Probably one of the most fun handguns I have to shoot because I don't have anything else besides 22s that I can shoot suppressed. But this 5.7 suppressed, pretty cool. Thanks guys. All right guys, this is that FN57. I have the EFK barrel on it. It replaces the factory barrel, the whole assembly there. And the cool thing about this gun is the recoil spring and everything is actually built into the barrel. So that all comes with that EFK barrel. Allows me to shoot this thing with the suppressor on it. It doesn't need a Nielsen device like a normal pistol would, the way this thing's set up. So it's actually a lot of fun, a lot of fun to suppress. It's a pretty cool pistol for that. With that being said, you know, it's definitely not as quiet as like a subsonic round would be, but it definitely tames this thing down. It makes it to where it would be hearing protection safe or hearing safe. You wouldn't have to wear ears with it per se, but pretty cool gun, a lot of fun to shoot suppressed. All right guys, that wraps up part one of this silencer suppressor series here. We've got our YHMs and our SWR. We were just kind of showing some cool things about them and maybe answering some questions, some of the internet's questions we've seen around. Just have a little fun with it. We're gonna do more. If you guys have anything specific that you want, if you have questions on suppressors, questions, stuff you want us to do, we're definitely not doing anything illegal or that would damage our suppressors, but we'll do some fun stuff. So if you have anything in the comments below, ask the questions. We were answering Colton's questions today. What'd you think? Did we answer all your questions?
Yeah.
Do you have anything else for the audience?
No, not really.
All right, we got them answered. Had some fun with it. Got to do some shooting. It's always fun anytime we're at the range. Remember guys, be safe. Wear eye protection, hearing protection. Always make sure you're treating every gun like it's loaded, pointed in a safe direction. If you're going to be shooting, make sure you're shooting in a safe manner. We are at a private controlled range and we are able to shoot in a safe direction and always be safe. Thanks guys. All right guys, Colton's going to show you what his favorite rifle is on the rack here. Colton, which one's your favorite?
Probably this one.
Yeah, Colton picks his Iron Man.
Yeah.
He likes that. What's your second favorite? I think I know what it is.
This one.
Yeah, your new Demolition Ranch.
Yeah.
F1. That one is awesome.
I really like this one because it's like silver.
Yep, that's
really
the 9mm PCC from F1 Firearms.
Yeah.
So some of the featured rifles in the video today, we have the SBR with the YHM handguard YHM suppressor. We have the Bergara with the SWR suppressor. We have a PS90. We have a couple handguns over there. We've got the FN57. And we brought a 22. I guess we didn't shoot that one in the video, but we have a 22 that we could suppress as well. we'll have to get that one out for another video. If there's anything specific you guys want to see, we have more to come. We have a lot of other firearms we want to do reviews and videos and cool stuff with. So, Kolton, what do you think? About ready to call it a day?
Yeah.
All right, did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
All right, guys, stay safe. Have a good day on the range.